Hello, my presentation is about the angry black man myth. This myth is one of the most this myth is one of the most damaging and long-lasting stereotypes about black men in America. I will be explaining what this myth means, where it came from, and the impact it continues to have today. What is a myth? A myth is a widely held but false belief or stereotype. For this, it suggests that black men are naturally angry and aggressive or violent. This stereotype shows up in media, schools, workplaces, and even healthcare. My goal is to uncover where these beliefs started and how it harms real people. Defining the myth. The angry black man myth portrays black men as aggressive, violent, and emotionally unstable. It's often used to justify fear, punishment, or control, especially in the media and justice systems. As Tom Curry explains in The Man Not, the stereotype strips away from the humanity of black men, and as The Atlantic notes, the label angry is often used even when black men are simply passionate or assertive. Media representation. One major example is in movies and TV shows. Historically, black men have been portrayed as criminals, rebels, or villains. Donald Google's work, Tons Kun's Mulattoes, Mammies, and Bucks, shows how these roles were used to define black masculinity. These images teach audience to associate black men with danger or violence. Public perception. Studies show black men are more likely to be perceived as angry even when displaying neutral expressions. A study by Hester and Gray found that people were more likely to see a neutral expression on black men's face as angry. The bias follows them into schools, jobs, and encounters with police. Even calmness can be misread as aggression just because of racial stereotypes. Origins of the myth dates back to slavery and Reconstruction eras. The roots of this myth go back to slavery and Reconstruction. During the time, any act of resistance or self-defense from black men was labeled as rage. As Frantz Fanon wrote in Black Skin, White Mask, black men were forced to internalize society's fear of them. And Kenneth Clark's Dark Ghetto explains how power systems use this image to justify oppression. Historical reinforcement. The myth got stronger during the Civil Rights era. Leaders like Malcolm X or the Black Panthers were called militant or angry, even when they spoke about justice. Later, the super predator myth in the 1980s and 1990s pushed this even further, criminalizing black youth. Robert Staples writes that this constant labeling has shaped how America views black manhood itself. Impact on mental health. Beyond mental health, it also shapes how black men are treated by others. They're more likely to be disciplined in schools, stopped by police, or denied opportunities. Tommy Curry calls this anti-black misandry. Society quiet hostility towards black men's existence. It limits how they can express their emotions and leadership without being seen as a threat. This contributes to racial profiling and workplace bias. This is a TED Talk video about how racism can make black men sick and how it deals with their mental health. David R. Williams talks in this. It is a 17-minute long video. I'm not going to play it, but I will link it in this video. Real world voices. Many black men talk about the constant pressure of disproving this myth. One person said, "They learn to smile to survive." Another person said, "They fear our emotion, but crave our strength." These quotes remind us the stereotypes don't just live in media, they shape daily experiences. Breaking the myth. Breaking this myth starts with awareness. We can challenge it by supporting media that shows black men as complex, not one dimensional. We can also listen, educate ourselves, and speak up when we hear the stereotype used. Representation and empathy are key to rewriting the narrative. Modern examples. Recently, movies like Black Panther, Moonlight, and Bel Air have helped redefine what black masculinity looks like. They show vulnerability, love, and leadership, all of which challenge the old stereotype of the angry black man. This is how storytelling becomes activism. Conclusion. The angry black man myth is a tool of control, not truth. It was created to justify fear and discrimination, but it continues to harm today. By learning its origins, we can start dismantling it and see black men as individuals, not stereotypes. These are my references. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed. Bye bye.